So we are the Group 1. Our topic is teaching as profession, teaching as vocation and mission, ensuring teaching quality through competency, framework, and standards. Our objective is at the end of the lesson, the student will be able to identify the teaching as profession, develop a clear understanding to teaching as vocation and mission, ensure teaching quality through competency, framework, and standard. Introduction. Teacher quality matters. Most educators and policymakers agree that one of the most important school-related factors influencing student achievement and outcomes is teacher quality. Teacher quality, it includes skills and communication, the way you deliver your lesson to your students. It should be understandable, and you should use compromise and simple words. And also it includes listening, collaboration, and adaptability. Empathy and patience should be applied in teaching. Next, teaching as profession. There are 4 types of teachers. Some teachers are teachers by choice. Choice, this happens when you are really desperate to be a teacher, to become a teacher. It's in your heart and it's your passion. Kumbaga, passion mo na talaga yung mag-teacher at ayaw mo ng ibang kurso na i-take, kundi yung teacher lang talaga. Kumbaga, nasa choices mo na talaga yung pagiging teacher. At saka, teacher for change. Ito naman, some teachers become teachers because of changing decisions. Yung mga paiba ng decision, like, nasa late na sila ng realizations na gusto pala nilang mag-teacher. And then, example, nag-take ka ng different course because of you cannot think about what you really want to become in life, like becoming a teacher. Hindi mo yun naisip, kaya that is why when you finally think of becoming a teacher, it's a bit too late na siya kasi nga late mo nang na-realize. But you still have to change. You still have time to change your decisions and become what you want. Yun naman yung importante, yung maabot mo yung dreams mo para sa sarili mo, yung gusto mo talaga. Pero kung merong teacher for change, meron din yung teacher by force, yung pinilit. This happens when your family matters more than yourself. Dito tayo parang realization sa ating sarili. Kasi nga, minsan, yung mga gusto nating i-take, like, gusto nating mag-engineer, gusto nating mag-doktor, pero iniisip mo na mas nagmamatter yung family mo kaysa sa sarili mo. So, mas pinipili mo yung gusto nila kaysa sa gusto mo. Ouch! So, meron ding types of teachers, like teachers by accident. Kumbaga, ito yung when you did not expected, hindi mo ina-expect na yung pagiging teacher mo, passion mo pala. So, hindi mo siya ina-expect. Like, accidentally mo na-take yung course na yun, pero gustong-gusto mo siya. Yung gustong-gusto mo yung course, so fit na fit ka dun. And that's, rare yung nangyayari na yun. Pag hindi mo talaga alam yung gusto mo sa buhay, pero nakuha mo yung gusto mo talaga. Okay, next is, teaching is a noble profession. Sabi nga nila, teaching is a noble profession. The word profession is synonymous to occupation, trabaho, career, work, line of work, ganon. And the word professional means long and arduous years of preparation. Preparation, a striving for excellence, a dedication to public interest, and commitment to moral and ethical values. If you consider teaching as profession, then you must be willing to go through a long period of preparation. Yes, you must prepare yourself, and dapat maging ready ka sa mga improvement and betterment para sa sarili mo at para sa mga estudyante mo. And you must be willing to go through continuing education. Choosing education is a continuing education. Sabi nga nila, pag nag-education ka, parang hindi ka tumitigil sa pag-aaral kasi nga more knowledge yung magigain mo. Also, you just don't stop learning. Hindi ka nag-stop ng learning. Because I believe learning or knowledge is the key to improvement, or wide insights. And then third is you must strive for excellence. Yes, yung mga taong nag-strive for excellence, yan yung mga taong kayang tanggapin yung mistakes nila, kayang tanggapin yung pagkakamali nila, kumbaga, at kaya nilang i-value yung mga natututunan nila sa ibang tao. And also, you commit yourself to moral, ethical, and religious values and dedicate yourself to service. Dapat i-dedicate mo talaga yung sarili mo sa trabaho mo para naman maging inspired ka. And sabi nga nila, good professional ethics are among a teacher's most important resources. Yung pagiging committed sa trabaho mo, yun yung most important na resources ng isang teacher. And also, developing and caring for their individuality is their right and obligation. Thank you. Next reporter.
Etymology of the word vocation, it comes from the Latin word vocare, which means to call. Teaching is more than a noble profession. It is a vocation, a calling. Vocation, though, is defined as a call to do something specially regarding religious work. It's the meaningful work through which God uses us to serve others. For example, the woman's desire to become a nun. So the hard work done by a charity worker accepting little or no money is an example of vocation. In addition, when someone practices teaching as a vocation, they teach with dedication. On the other hand, vocation is only for some who are really dedicated not just to work but also to serve other people. If there's a call, there must be a caller, and someone who is called, there must be a response. For Christians, the caller is God Himself. For our brothers and sister Muslims, Allah. Believers in the Supreme Being will look at His voiceless call to have a vertical dimension. Non-believers, the call is experienced but viewed solely along horizontal dimension. It is like a man calling another man, never a superior being calling a man. Vocation is a strong feeling of suitability for a particular career or occupation. Unlike any other profession, teaching requires dedication and service in order for an individual to be considered as a real teacher. So, teaching thou as your vocation, perhaps you never dreamed to become a teacher, but here you are now preparing to become one. How did it happen? From the eyes of those who believe, it was God who called you here for you to teach. Just as God called Abraham, Moses, and Mary of the Bible. Like you as a future educator, these biblical figures did not also understand the events surrounding their call. But in their great faith, they answered yes. The fact that you are now in the College of Teacher Education signifies that you positively responded to the call to teach, right? May this your response remain a yes and become even firmer through the years. Let's move forward to our next discussion, which is teaching as your mission. It comes from the Latin word missio, which means to send. We are sent into the world to accomplish a mission. Teaching is your mission means it is the task entrusted to you in this world. Every teacher has its own unique mission, purpose, or objectives that they need to accomplish. We are expected to contribute to the betterment of this world in your own unique way. What exactly is the mission to teach? According to Alfred Whitehead, it is to help the child become the man of culture and expertise. And according to Bertrand Russell, it is to provide opportunities for the child's growth and remove hampering influences. Teaching as your mission thou means it is the task entrusted to you in this world. It is your assigned task, then naturally you've got to prepare yourself for it. You have embarked in a mission that calls for a continuing professional education, as saying goes, once a teacher, forever a student. Flowing from your uniqueness, you are expected to contribute to the betterment of this world in your own unique way. Your unique way is the most significant contribution to the humanization of life on earth is in the field where you are prepared for, which is teaching. That's all, and I will give the floor to Miss Althea Alvarez.
My topic is all about ensuring teacher quality through competency, framework, and standard. So we have here quality teacher and teacher quality defined. The 21st century skill framework are clustered into three. The first is learning and innovation skill framework. We have here critical thinking skill, problem solving, communication, collaboration, and creativity. So let's start from critical thinking skill. So critical thinking skill is most basic expression. Critical thinking occurs when the students are analyzing, evaluating, interpreting, or synthesizing information and applying creative thought to form an argument, solve a problem, or reach a conclusion. To increase the thinking skill of your students, you provide activities such as reflection, analyzing, and asking questions to your student to get use of it. Now let's proceed to problem solving. So problem solving disables the students to learn new knowledge by facing problems to be solved. The students are expected to understand, observe, analyze, interpret from solution, and perform application that lead to a holistic understanding of the concept. An example, if you have a student who doesn't understand your lesson or he made a mistake, talk to him and encourage him to improve and find a way to overcome it. Now, let's proceed to communication. Communications, being able to communicate, is a vital to being effective educator. Communication not only conveys information but it encourages effort, modifies attitude, and stimulates thinking. Without it, stereotypes develop, messages become distorted, and learning is still feed. Now, example is a teacher may ask student to stand up, which is verbal communication. Another example, if a teacher is nodding their head while a student is speaking, this can be encouraging or show them that they agree with the student. Now, proceed to collaboration. Collaboration is a form of getting individuals who may or may not have similar interests to work together in an organized endeavor to a satisfying and most appropriate group end. Example, collaborative activities are any activities where learners are working cooperate. Activities where learning are cooperate in pairs or group. For example, pair or group discussion. So the advantage or one of the advantage of the collaboration with student is that they get used in interacting with other students, not only to their friends or best friend, but also to their classmates, other classmates. Now last, we have creativity. Creativity along with curriculum helps students to be innovative and also encourage them to learn new things. Students can grow up as good communicators in addition to improving their emotional and social skill. So example, give a short task or pre-assessment before you begin your discussion. This provides them with an outline of your lesson and then allowing them to participate in that discussion. Now let's proceed to the second. The second is information, media, and technology skill framework. We have here information literacy, media literacy, ICT, or information communication literacy. So, media literacy is teaching provide students with skill that will help them foremost think critically about media. It also cultivates other skills like creativity, collaboration, and communication, as well as increasing digital literacy skill through interacting with media, information, and technology. For example, while you are discussing or teaching, show a brief video or show a short video clip connected to the topic that you are discussing so that the student can comprehend it better. So media literacy is essential for students and teachers to gain access to information they need. Now, information literacy. Information literacy is important for today's learners because it encourages challenge techniques and critical thinking skill, including such as finding answer, collecting information, and giving opinion, evaluating resources, and make a choices. So let's proceed. ICT. So ICT in education improve engagement and knowledge retention. So when ICT is integrated into a lesson, students become more engaged in their work. This is because technology provides different opportunities to make it more fun and enjoyable in terms of teaching the same thing in different ways. Not only for teachers, but also for students. This is important. We use technology for learning just like we do now that we are facing pandemic. So the teacher give everything their all in order to be able to teach their lesson. So it is greatly used for the students because it helps them research for knowledge or complicated concept. So now let's proceed to the life and career skills. So quality teachers are competent teachers. Teachers with global competencies are able to demonstrate knowledge, skill, values, and disposition as described below. So understand one's own cultural identity and its influence on a personal disposition and classroom practices. Engage students in learning. Use real-life, local, and global example. Value the inputs of culturally and linguistically diverse learners. So it is very important to be aware of the diversity background and individual learning style of each student and create a supportive environment where all students feel comfortable to speak, use the language, and ask questions. For example, in your class, there is student who can't understand Bisaya, so you really need to adjust as a teacher. Like ask first the other student if the majority of them can understand Tagalog, then use the Tagalog language so that everyone can understand and keep up. Now, create an environment that encourages positive cross-cultural interaction. Teachers can promote positive cross-cultural attitude by making sure that the students have positive experience with one another and interact successfully, especially in the partner language. Model social responsibility or local and global context and help learners find appropriate action to improve local and global condition. Global competencies in teachers is a set of essential knowledge, critical disposition, and performance that help foster development of learners' global competencies. A globally competent teacher has knowledge of the world critical global issues, their local impact, and cultural backgrounds of learners. The teacher also manifests intercultural sensitivity and accept of the difference of every student. Now, let's proceed to 4 essential competencies. First is knowing thus understand what to teach. It is the ability of teachers to deepen and broaden their knowledge on what to teach, understand education trends, policies, and curricular, and be updated on local, national, regional, and global developments. So this means that it is the teacher's ability to expand student knowledge and understand its very values. You must also understand what you are discussing in class so that you can deliver it properly to the students or to your class. Now, the second is helping students to learn. It is the ability to know students, use the most effective teaching and learning strategies, assess and give feedback on how students learn. So you may easily employ teaching tactics as a teacher to help your students understand. Ask your student a question relevant to your topic during the conversation or the discussion, or do an oral recitation after the discussion to see if they have learned or understood anything to your topic. Now, the third is engaging the community. It is the ability to partner the parents and caregiver involve the community to help students learn and encourage respect diversity. So just like conducting a program like awareness, which involves parents who should be aware for their children conducting program like teenage pregnancy, and there means there is drug abuse resistant education. Last, we have becoming a better teacher every day. This is the ability to know oneself and others, practice human goodness, and then master the teaching practice. So to become a better teacher every day, you must not settle for what you are used to. Create a strategy to help you improve your teaching abilities or skills. And if you have made a mistake today, find a way to overcome it. Because kapag nag-settle lang ka sa na teaching strategy nimo is dili ka mag-improve. So every day make a way na mas ma-improve yung mga teaching skill. Now let's proceed to Philippine Qualification Framework. The Philippine Qualification Framework was established in 2012 through Executive Order Number 83, while its governance is stipulated in the Ladderized Education Act of 2014. The passage of the PHQF Act in January 2018 provided the legal support for its full implementation. And the last is Philippine Professional Standard for Teachers. It describes the level of educational qualification and set the standards for qualification outcomes as defined in RA 1096-8. Qualification refers to a formal certification that a person has successfully achieved specific learning outcomes relevant to the identified academic, industry, or community requirements. A qualification confers official recognition of value in the world of education and training, work, and job creation.